Quitting was in vogue long before the pandemic and the Great Resignation hype hit the news cycle. A new study out from LendingTree shows that the average job tenure, aka how long people stay in a job, has dropped nearly 11% in the past decade. Well, now employees will stay in a role for an average of 4 years. What's stark is the divide between generations, though. The youngest, 25 to 34, are sticking around for an average of 2.8 years, while workers 65 and older are less nimble, staying for almost 10 years. Yahoo Finance's own Kerry Hannon joins me now for a close look at this so-called nation of quitters and why it's not necessarily a bad thing. There always used to be this stigma when you didn't stay in a job forever and ever, but that's not the case anymore. What's been changing?
So true. I mean, job jumping was really looked down upon, right? But today, honestly, people are leaving jobs not because they hate their current job, but a lot of it is they simply want to be valued. They want to feel like they're being paid fairly and that they're relevant and they're respected. And, frankly, I think a lot of that sentiment came out of the pandemic when people were at home and we were sort of on shutdown and we had that time to kind of do that internal soul searching about what it is that we really want to do with our lives and what matters. And I think this has had a huge psychological impact on why people are looking to new opportunities. And frankly, also, there are jobs out there. With the latest job numbers, we have nearly 2 jobs open for every unemployed worker. So the opportunities are there. That makes this an easy time to make the shift. But let me just tell you the 4 big reasons why people tend to shift jobs faster than they used to. And the number one reason that came out of these studies is that people were concerned about the economic viability of their employer, and they wanted to get out before they were laid off. So it's sort of, if you're nervous about the shakiness of your company, it really sort of encourages you to start looking for something new. The second reason is this perception of being paid unfairly. And that just feels bad. And that really is a motivator to start looking elsewhere. The third reason is, a snarky work atmosphere, like a toxic work culture. We've all found out, going back to that pandemic period, we don't want to deal with that. You don't have to deal with that, and take control of your life to make sure you can find a work atmosphere that really nurtures you and you can grow in and contribute to. And the final one is, okay, this is a classic bad boss, right? When you hate your manager, sometimes it makes every day miserable, and that's going to keep you really on the job search. But again, the opportunities are there, and I think people are just really looking after their own work histories and taking control.
And as you mentioned, with the labour market this tight, people have options. So perhaps employers should, pay attention and really try and retain some of this talent. A big thank you to our very own Kerry Hannon. Thanks so much.